Hey watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today's question is very simple. Omega Planetocean on my left or Seamaster 300M on my right? Both fantastic black dial dive options from Omega. Really just curious to hear if you have a design preference on either one of these and which one of these you would prefer to wear if you were in the market or shopping for a black dial diver. A lot of similarities, obviously many differences here aesthetically, but let's go over the case dimensions quick. So the Planetocean's a 43.4 millimeter case is what I measured. So it's pretty true to 43.5 millimeter as it's listed on Omega's website. And then the 300M here is 42 millimeter. And I did measure that across the bezel at even 42. The Planetocean across the bezel was actually 42 as well. So even though the case is a little larger on the Planetocean, across the bezels, they both measured an even 42 millimeters. Additionally, interestingly enough, both crystals measured exactly, at least for me and my calipers, at 31.4 millimeters. So I don't even, the crystals are the same size. Looking at them, I feel like they look pretty similar. But again, I measured them exactly 31.4. So 42 and 31.4 across the bezels, even though the case on the Planetocean is larger. Moving on to the case thickness, the Planetocean comes in at 16.3, whereas the 300M is definitely thinner at 13.8. Interestingly enough, though, the lug-to-lug on the Planetocean is more compact at 48.9 versus the lug-to-lug on the 300M at 49.5. So smaller case on the 300M and thinner profile, but yet longer lug to lug. So depending on your wrist, the Planetocean may fit better lug to lug. Let's see here. 21 millimeter lug width versus 20 millimeter lug width on the 300M. So just slightly larger at the lugs here. And the Planetocean tapers down to 18 at the last link, whereas the 300M, it does not taper at all. It's actually still 20 millimeters at the last link. The clasp itself is 21 on the 300M, and I measured it 21.5, so a little wider here on the Planetocean for the dual push button deploying clasp. Exhibition case back on both. Sorry, that sticker's starting to peel a little bit. Similar movements, but a slight difference. You have the 8900 versus the 8800 on the 300M. 60 hours of power reserve on the Planetocean, 55 on the 300M. So again, slight difference. I don't think anyone, I could be wrong. I shouldn't say that. Maybe some folks really do prefer one of those movements over the other. But really, to me, it comes down to aesthetics and weight. I measured them. The Planetocean weighed 215.5 grams on the full all-brushed stainless steel bracelet. The 300M, 194.9, so about 20 grams lighter. And obviously difference on what they call the bond-style bracelet here with some polished center links there. So some people obviously have a strong preference on just the bracelet itself. Wave dial versus the non-wave dial. And then skeleton hands. You kind of have your broad arrow type hands here. So both helium escape valves, both ceramic bezels. So again, some similarities, some similarities, and obviously some differences. Date window on both, 6 o'clock here on the 300M. And sorry, my minute hand has covered my 3 o'clock date window there on the Planetocean. So let me just give you both, give you a look at these both kind of up close. 600 meters water resistant. I don't want to fail to mention that. So double the water resistance here on this Planetocean, more of the professional diver, I guess you could say, although I don't think many of us need more than 300 meters here on this model. Comparing dive watches, take a listen to the bezels. I will say right now, the Planetocean's is definitely easier to grab. But the 300M, louder and more audible for sure, which I actually prefer. Pop of red on the 300M versus orange on your Planetocean. So again, similar but yet different. So let me throw these on wrist. Again, both of these a little larger than I probably would prefer on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, but give you a look anyway. Again, going to be a little taller here on the Planetocean, but lug to lug, very compact for the case size. Versus 300M, again, thicker, bracelet's not that much thicker, but no taper whatsoever. Could make a difference to some folks. Let me get the lights quick. Planetocean on my left, 300M on my right. Obviously, just a little bit more lume filled with the way the indices are shaped there. They got the lume plot on the right versus the stick markers here on the Planetocean. So overall, both great watches. Let me know what you think. Are there certain features you definitely would want one from the other, or are you all in on one model compared to the other? So thanks for viewing. If there's anything I can do for you, please email me, brad@brentmillertime, and we'll see you in the next video.